few weeks ago, we told you about a baby born in Florida, born at just 21 weeks, the youngest surviving preemie in the world. Now Pittsburgh has a similar baby of its own, not quite as young, but just as much of a fighter. Dr. Maria Simbra has more.
The size of a cell phone. That's all the bigger Sawyer Agate was when he unexpectedly came into the world. Pittsburgh's first baby of 2007 at just 24 weeks gestation. But not much fanfare due to the dire circumstances.
Rushed to the hospital, going 90 miles an hour on the parkway, and they had to take him by emergency C-section because of how little he was and how early, and, you know, they told us they didn't know what was going to happen, but he wasn't breathing and he didn't have a heartbeat, and so we had to basically give them permission to resuscitate. To see your baby, a little 1-pound baby, it's pretty traumatic, but he's come such a long way.
For babies born this early, the chances of making it?
Not very good. Most babies at 24 weeks don't survive. I would say it's only about 10 to 20% that survive, and many of those babies will have complications. They have bleeds in the brain and end up with cerebral palsy. They get severe infections from which they don't recover. Some get some inflammation in the intestines and they can never eat after that.
Sawyer is the exception. He's had none of these complications, but it was still rough on Mom and Dad.
He was on the ventilator for 40 days, and that's a really long time for anyone to be intubated, especially on these little tiny lungs that are barely developed. You know, they said that they're like tissue paper.
But he's rallied and now weighs over 3 pounds. He was supposed to be born in April.
For the first month, it wasn't even a day-to-day thing. It was like an hour-to-hour. And then, you know, it becomes day-to-day, then he's having a good week, and now he's just, you know, they're talking about him going home soon.
While they're looking forward to having him home finally, his parents will have to continue to watch for possible problems.
We have concerns because there are chances that he'll have developmental delays and things like that, but we think after those beginning few months, like, we're ready to handle anything.
With each pound Sawyer gained, the family had a party to celebrate, and he's doing so well he might go home in the next week or so. I'm Dr. Maria Simbra, KDKA TV News.